Welcome to Unleashed Podcast, where all are welcome. Now, here is your host, Pup Twigs.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Unleashed. I'm Pup Twigs, and joining me from Deland, Florida is Papa Razzi. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I am good. So glad you could join us. I know I've got to see you a few times when I've come up to Cafe Da Vinci for the drag shows and everything. I love it up there. I just wish it wasn't
Oh,
so far away.
yeah, I know. It's my home. It really is, and we got to spend a little bit of Halloween together as well.
Oh yeah, of course. So,
Yeah.
well, I'm going to get right into these questions and stuff. I'd just like to find out if you could share a little bit about your journey and what being part of the LGBTQIA plus community is all about.
Sure. Gosh, I have been around for quite some time. I've been on this rolling around this rock for 10 decades or 5 decades now, not 10. Oh my Lord, I'm aging myself. But well, I suppose, I've always been part of the community, always been, um, my journey started off as a supporter, but then I started discovering more things about myself
Mm-hmm.
through the process. I've always been going out to the nightclubs and seeing the shows since as long as I can remember. And gosh, I suppose my true journey, especially with drag, started with my firstborn child, who
Okay.
is non-binary
Mm-hmm.
and does fabulous drag. And I've been going up to the Pride Night at Da Vinci's since they started. We just had our 5-year anniversary.
I know.
I wanted to support her to begin with, and I would go up there with my oldest child, Artemis. I'll refer to him as them as Artemis. And they started showing up and doing their drag, their makeup, and then they started performing, and I started showing up. I found my own drag persona. So I started showing up in drag as support. And then I just started discovering more and more about myself that I had kind of suppressed for many years.
Mm-hmm.
As a woman, we grew up in a society telling us what we need to be. And, I went along with that for quite some time. And then, life happens, and I found myself rediscovering who I was at 47, 48. And I've grown considerably since then. They saw me in my drag, and I had this persona, and I was inspired by Artemis and Victor Victoria, old vintage movie that Julie Andrews did, and of course Cabaret, and I love old school vintage, very golden era Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
So I built my persona in that, and they said, whenever you want a place, we'd love to have you. And I said, well, I love performing. I've always been a performer, and so I spoke with Artemis, and how do you feel about this? Out of respect, and of course they were all there supporting me, and so the community opened arms to me and accepted me, and then I started feeling really comfortable in my skin, and discovering things about myself that I had suppressed about a long time. And I have the opportunity to express myself artistically.
Mm-hmm.
Being silenced for a really long time. I love that about drag, and oh gosh, I've been doing it for about a year and a half now with Artemis, and I've grown considerably. The community has been a big part of my journey. Artemis was welcomed to the House of Nouveau, and they also welcomed me. They said, wow, to have a parent support their child like this is phenomenal, and we really want we'd love to open our arms to you and help teach you the ropes. And, I love that Artemis has that part of the community, because unfortunately, a lot of our drag artists and those in our community have been rejected by their family members.
Yes.
Just being generally who they are, who they were born to be, being their authentic selves. So families, the community, it helps tremendously with that. And I love that Artemis had that, and the fact that they accepted me as well. It has made a huge, tremendous difference in my life in this past year and a half. The community has helped save me and Artemis in so many different ways.
Well, I know when I've come up there, I don't get to come up very often, but I always love seeing you out and about at Cafe Da Vinci and everything. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and I'm a photographer, so the name Papa Razzi goes along with my trade. And I incorporate that in my drag, which I love, but I also love to take photographs of the entertainers and their performances while they perform, and being able to share that with them as well. So
that's awesome.
I've incorporated two talents within one, and I can support everybody. And, it's been just a blast.
Awesome. Well, if you could leave the listeners with one message about, love, acceptance, or just being true to yourself, what would it be?
Oh, gosh. I say, give yourself patience.
Okay.
I know that it's scary to, with everything that's going on, it's scary to be able to be your authentic self. Loving yourself is really, really super important. One of the things that I did to help ground myself was to tap back into my childhood, who I was when times were easier, who I wanted to be when I grew up, and I always loved entertaining. I loved art, and I loved painting, and I loved makeup, and I loved costumes, and I loved so like drag incorporates all those things.
Yes.
And it brought me back to life. Tapping into that part of me brought me back to life. I denied that part of me. So I would say, tap into your authentic self, everything that you've been suppressing. Give yourself time, give yourself grace, and just love yourself and continue to love others. Everybody else needs support. The one thing as humans, we all desire is to be understood and accepted, and the community is amazing for that, because you find your people, you find people to be creative with and to talk to, and they understand where you're coming from, and I think that's important. It really honestly is.
Me too.
Just be true to yourself, be the most authentic self as you can be, love yourself, give yourself time. If you're not ready, it's okay, but connect with the community. You'll find so many different people and different avenues and walks in life and different places and where they are, whether they're still, in the closet or whether they're living loud and proud. We all have our part in the community, and we're all there for each other and love each other and understand each other.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, what advice would you give somebody that's just now starting to embrace their identity?
I recently, in the past year, had this opportunity, and I'd love to share it with you, because we have a common friend, Pup Loves. And Pup Loves and we affectionately call each other Wonder Twins, because we're like close to each other's age, and we're the same height, and we have the same backgrounds, and we just get along. We finish each other's sentences, and we just had that quick bond with each other. And before he went and got his hood, he was very much always a pup, but he hadn't gone through that process of getting the hood and everything. And I remember having many conversations with them, going, with his apprehensions and feeling comfortable enough to go in public in his hood. And, I just encouraged him and told him the same thing, be patient with yourself. I know that this is a long time coming. I know you're excited and you're nervous and all those emotions, let those flow. And whenever you're ready, because you have a community waiting for you. And I've seen him grow so much in this past year. I'm just like, it's so exciting. He's running his own show, and he's performing in drag, and his costume ideas and his development in his performances has really, to have that support is really important. So connect yourself with somebody that's like-minded to help guide you. And, it's, oh gosh, I can't stress how important it is. The community is really everything for us.
And I've seen him grow as well. And
it's amazing. And, just to be there for somebody and to listen and without judgment.
Yes.
And to say, you got this. And whenever you're ready, we're excited to see what you have, and he did, and he followed through, and boy, his growth has been just astronomical. I can't wait to see what he's going to do next.
Oh, me too. I'm with you.
Really?
What misconceptions about the LGBTQIA plus community do you wish more people understood?
Yeah. Gosh, there's so many different misconceptions about so many different sections of our community. I mean, there's so many different parts of our community. I mean, I know with drag is art. It's art performance. A lot of people like a mistake, there's so many different people that do drag. I mean, there's straight people, bi people, pansexual people, transgender. I mean, everybody has that chance to perform and express themselves in their gender expression in art, and there's a lot of misconceptions in that area. People can't lay aside what somebody's doing in the bedroom as opposed to looking at them as a human being and learning their heart. I mean, there's so many amazing people in the community that people have disregarded just because of prejudice in their mind. Yeah. And I wish they could just lay that prejudice aside and get to know somebody in the community, get to know their heart. I mean, there's so many artistic, talented people in our community that, oh my gosh, it's just amazing. And I wish people would just give it a chance.
Yes.
Lay any preconceived ideas that you have in your mind and just, we're all human. We all love, we all want to be understood. There's going to be some sort of common ground that you find with somebody.
Of course. Yes. Well,
yeah.
This is a fun question that I love asking, but if you could instantly master one talent, and I know you do drag, that was one of the examples.
Right.
But what talent would you want most of anything?
Oh, that is a great question because I do multiple things. I mean, but with drag, it's a multifaceted. So it's like you have to be amazing at makeup and costuming and concept and performance and lip syncing and hair. And I mean, there's so many different facets of art that goes within that one thing. I'd have to be, you're a master of many when you do drag.
Oh, yes, I agree.
So I would have to choose drag.
Oh, that's good. I love it.
Absolutely. It's brought me to life. I struggled many years with depression. And I realized the reason why I was so depressed is because I was suppressing myself. I wasn't feeding my soul and my genuine self, my authenticity. And once I started doing that, my depression has dispersed.
That's awesome to hear.
Yeah, it has literally saved my life. It has helped my mental health. We were talking about misconceptions. It has helped my mental health. To being able to express myself and be my authentic self has helped my mental health, so hey.
We will take that. So I'm happy with that. So
yeah.
What has been one of your proudest moments to date?
Last year on my 49th birthday, I got to perform with Artemis and do a drag number together. And that has been the highlight for me, to be able to perform with my child. We did Rain on Me with Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande, and it was so much fun.
Oh my God.
And the crowd went wild. It was my birthday show. So, we wanted to do something special and we didn't tell anybody. So it was kind of like a surprise feature. And that it was just a blast. It was such an honor to be able to perform with my own child. That was definitely a highlight for me, the best moment.
Oh, that, yeah, definitely. I wish I'd have been there to see that. So yes,
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It
I
is on
will.
YouTube. So Pride Night at Cafe Da Vinci's, we do have a YouTube channel, so you can see all of our performances.
Oh, I made a mental note of it because I'm already subscribed to their channel. So,
Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of fantastic artists.
well, this is another one of the fun questions that I love to hear the answer to. But who is your first celebrity crush?
Oh, my okay. Well, I would have to say my first celebrity crush was Bo Duke from the Dukes of Hazzard, John
Yes.
Schneider. Boy, yeah, that. But as I became a teenager, I had a pretty hard crush on Winona Ryder.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so gosh, what a gorgeous woman! Wow,
Oh, yeah,
so
you're right.
incredibly
You're
talented,
exactly
but
right.
just her look, she just has this classic beauty that I just admire, and wow.
I can go with that. So,
Yeah.
so what does community mean to you?
Community is more like family. It's like your chosen family, but it's surrounding yourself with like-minded people for love and support, and just to be able to thrive in this hard thing called life that we all have to walk through.
Hmm.
To gather together, to help encourage each other, to you know, be there for each other in the highs and the lows, help celebrate and help mourn. And
I
we all
agree.
go through it. And that's what I see in our community. We have a very tight knit community here in Deland, and we're all like family, you
Yes,
know.
I've
We
seen it.
are.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Well,
it's been life saving probably for many.
well, I know music is part of your life and
Yes.
everything, but what has been your favorite song that you've done?
My favorite song that I've done, as far as performing or singing, or because I sing too, like music
Either
is huge
one,
for me.
or give us both, your favorite one to sing and your
Oh,
favorite one to
okay.
perform.
Well, my favorite song singing like karaoke is "What's Up" from Four Non Blondes. It's such a like classic, and I love the lyrics. So relatable. My As far as song and performance, I have so many. I'm like a variety show. I don't really stick to one. And sometimes I'm comedic, sometimes I'm serious.
Hmm.
I do love dramatic performance.
Okay.
One of my favorite performances I did was Creep from Radiohead, but it
Oh
was
my
like a
gosh, I love
cover.
that.
And I did a dramatic performance from that. And I felt it. I just totally felt it. It was my first performance I ever did at
Wow.
Cafe Da Vinci's.
What a
And
song to do it to for your first one.
yeah, it was an amazing night. And I just walked off that stage going, I can't believe I'm doing this. This is amazing. I'm not looking back. This is it. This is for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, last question. I just want to find out who is your ultimate icon or role model?
Well, I grew up as an MTV kid, so
Me too.
Mama Ru has always been a huge influence,
Okay.
for us. But I would have to say, ultimately, though, my child, Artemis Luna Neveau, has been my inspiration. Has is been everything to me in my journey, and they are so special, ethereal even. Their talent and their creativity and everything about them just makes me beam, just lifts my heart.
Yeah.
And they are the one who inspired me to do what I'm doing now. And so, like, they've saved my life more than once.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
So I have to say them for sure.
and that is totally acceptable. I love when people choose someone that's in their family or that's the
Yeah.
role model and stuff. That's just so awesome.
Yeah. No, 100%. It's Artemis.
Well, now's the time you get to share any social media in case someone wants to reach out to you. So I'll give you the floor and let you do that.
Okay, so I'm on Insta, papa.razzi.drag. And you'll see some pictures of me and my artwork also. I photograph a lot of drag artists, so you'll see some of that over there. Or you can, follow me, send me a message, say hi. I am also on TikTok under the Journey of Papa Razzi. I'm trying to do more videos there, so you can journey with me and see what I'm doing, what shows I'm going at, how I'm supporting people, what shows I'm doing, all of that.
Okay, sounds good. Well,
Yeah.
any last words from you before we sign off?
Any last words? I just want to thank you and everybody else in the community for watching and, sticking with everything that's been going on. It's most important that we stick together and encourage each other.
Well, thank
We're
you.
going to stick it out.
It's been so good to have you on here.
Thank you.
And everything. I just think it's awesome. I love having people from different parts of the community come on and talk a little bit about themselves, talk about the community itself and what it means to them. So yeah, thank you for wanting to be a part of this.
Yes, of course. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share. I appreciate it.
Well,
And
listen,
thank you for what you're doing for our community as well.
I absolutely love doing this. So, well, listen, it was great talking to you, and I know we're going to talk to you again soon.
Absolutely.
All right, bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and share with your friends. Until next time, keep wagging, keep shining, and stay unleashed.